Hello and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to tell you a story about a farm dog named Patch. So let's begin. So once upon a time there was a farm dog named Patch. So Patch always ran around everywhere around the farm, and Patch always looked everywhere around the animals of the farm. So as Patch looked everywhere, he always looked everywhere and everywhere. He saw if any animals had any problems, but none of the animals never checked on him and never thought how Patch was, except one animal, and that was George the old horse. George the old horse always looked after Patch as much as Patch looked after George the old horse. So as one day Patch did not saw George the old horse, everyone was gathered around Patch the farm dog's doghouse, and as Patch looked everywhere, he saw that there were farm animals everywhere. Even though Patch could not open his eyes, it was very hard for him to open his eyes. Patch always looked around, but today he could not, because his eyes were almost permanently closed, and never in his life he had such an eyes that were permanently closed. So as Patch blindly looked around, every single animal looked at him, and as they looked at him, George the old horse said to all the animals that he will call the vet. And as the vet came rushing in, the vet checked Patch the old dog's foot and his forehead, and as she saw Patch the old dog's forehead and also the leg, she saw that it was very warm with her hand. And as she saw that with her hand, then she told Patch the farm dog to calm down and always take everything a little easy, because he might have a heavy fever after this. So the vet told Mr. McDonald's wife that Patch needs to slow down, and he needs to be slowed down much more than normal, because if he does not slow down normally, he will have a lot of fever and he will not be able to recover from the fever. And as old MacDonald looked at Patch and saw that Patch almost resembles old MacDonald, always running around everywhere in the farm. And as old MacDonald ran around everywhere in the farm with his farm dog, he saw that almost every time whenever Patch has a little bit of fever, he would always sleep like old MacDonald. So MacDonald wanted to be an idol figure of Patch to be healthy. So he did the same as Patch, and he slowed down a little, and he also looked after Patch even more. Old MacDonald's wife, who was very happy to see this, because as old MacDonald's wife always told old MacDonald to slow down and calm down and not to run around everywhere. She was very happy to see that old MacDonald had finally listened to her command, and he and Patch was very happy and very healthy. So this is the end of our video. So tata and goodbye. See you tomorrow again.